following program is sponsored by Michael W. Smith. The views expressed on the following program are those of the host and not necessarily those of staff, management, or ownership.
Phoenix, Arizona. Brother Mike back on the radio. Welcome to HardcoreChristianity.com. Welcome to the Bible study, New Age Christianity. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Satan's taking over the country. I'm leading you through it one step at a time. Please call somebody and tell them the radio program's on. This thing's getting nastier by the week. This is Brother Mike. I'm the professional counselor at the Arizona Deliverance Center. We're downtown. We're on 15th Avenue, just south of Osborne Road. It's a red brick building. Please go to the website, hardcorechristianity.com, and see all of our ministry services. We have 2 live Zoom deliverance services every week, Tuesday and Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Mountain and Arizona time. We have 2 live services every week. That would be Thursday and Friday nights at the Arizona Deliverance Center. It is broadcast on our social media platforms. Principally, go to youtube.com/House of Healing AZ. You'll be able to hear the teaching and the deliverance service live at 7 p.m. Mountain and Arizona time. When you go to the website, please hit the PayPal button and send us another donation as you have for the last 20 years, believe it or not. I can't believe I've been on the radio this long. Don't forget about Sister Karen. She'd be happy to list her house for sale. She's on the homepage of the website. Please sign up for one of our teaching classes, our seminars, our children's deliverance services. If you need a religious exemption, send me an email, mike@hardcorechristianity.com. If you need the miracle list, a step-by-step guide to healing and freedom, and you're mentally ill, send me an email. I'll send it right out to you. Everything's on the website. And if you have any questions or suggestions for future shows, send me an email, mike@hardcorechristianity.com. I usually teach on Friday nights at the Deliverance Center. Brother Rick is there Thursday nights with the Hardcore Christianity Ministry team. There isn't a week go by we don't see numerous people delivered from demons, and many of them are physically healed as well in the services. Please come. Please bring a friend. New Age Christianity is sweeping the country. Why? Well, everybody knows why. The false prophet is coming. I think the end is near. I think the rapture is only a few years away now. And I think the false prophet is alive somewhere on the earth. The Bible doesn't give any indication whatsoever where he comes from. It does the Antichrist. He comes from the Middle East. But the false prophet, nothing. It is a blank slate. Revelation 13 reveals his enormous supernatural power. He is the greatest sorcerer and New Age practitioner that ever lived. And right now Satan is preparing the world, principally the United States, to be ready to receive the great sorcerer of the ages, the false prophet. He's the most important person to Satan in history. He sets up the kingdom of the Antichrist and the giant takeover of the planet Earth. The false prophet is the most dangerous human being that ever lived. Check this out. A new poll recently came out. It was a YouGov poll. And it gives you an idea of where Satan is taking the United States. It's absolutely amazing. This poll came out last week, and it showed that nearly 9 out of 10 Americans say that they have some form of New Age spiritualism beliefs. 9 out of 10, believe it or not. It's amazing what people believe in our society now, Christian and non-Christian. The results of this survey, I wanted to share it with you because I thought you would find it interesting, and it will give you an idea how powerful the false prophet's going to be when he finally arrives on the scene, because he will be readily accepted because of his supernatural powers. Satan gave him all of his powers. It specifically says it in Revelation chapter 13. But according to this poll, this is 2022 now, 55% of all Americans believe that karma is real. 41% of Americans believe in hypnosis. 39% of all Americans in the United States believe in UFOs and extraterrestrials. 29% of all Americans believe there's a secret energy within people that cause the law of attraction between one person and another. 29% of all Americans believe that negative thoughts or positive energy of the mind is able to control their environment, that their environment can be controlled by the human mind. 27% of all Americans believe in reincarnation. They literally believe that someone can die and come back as something else and go through a cleansing process and then being reincarnated again and given a second chance at life. 26% of Americans, 26% of the United people live in the United States believe in astrology. 24% believe in parallel realities. 24% of all Americans believe in telepathy. Can you imagine that? I mean, in the 1950s, these numbers wouldn't even register on the scale in the 1950s. Everything has changed here in America as Satan has taken over the country, and he has spiritually moved through each county, each city, each neighborhood, each state, and principally Washington, D.C. The phrase, everything happens for a reason, 68% of all Americans believe that. 68% of Americans believe that it's spiritually important to live in harmony with nature. This is the root cause of the Green New Deal delusion, the insanity of the Green New Deal. 28% of the people that responded in this survey believe in this phrase, quote, everything is God and God is in everything. That's a term we used to explain that by calling it pantheism. Imagine that. They asked the respondents, quote, how important is religion in your life? Only 38% said it was very important. 22% said it had zero importance. Can you believe that? Can you imagine back in the 1940s, 1950s? This survey would have been completely different. Here's some good news that came out of the survey. Thank God something's rational. A small percentage of people believed that psychics were legitimate. A small percent of Americans believe tarot cards are legit. Fortune tellers. A very small percent of Americans believe that fortune tellers are legitimate. 56% of the people in the survey said that tarot card readings were fake. So the survey, not all of it was bad. There was some hope there. They asked Americans what concepts of New Age they were least familiar with. Guess which one it was? Chakras. Americans don't understand the concept of chakras or the unit of energies in the bodies, particularly in the spine, which are capable of spiritually interacting with pantheism, the pantheistic concept of humanity. God is everywhere, God is in everything, and everything is in God. The second one was astral projection. 42% of the people in the survey supported alternative medicine. I guess that's a positive thing if you think about it, particularly after this COVID-19 fiasco, with all these lies and all this disinformation the government put out about COVID-19, the variants, the vaccines. It was utterly amazing how many lies these people told about that virus and about the effectiveness of that vaccine. It was utterly amazing. Do you know they're still firing people? Many companies are still firing people. Many hospitals will not give you a surgery unless you've been vaccinated. And everybody knows that vaccines do not prevent you from getting COVID or a variant. They do not prevent you from spreading COVID or a variant. Everybody knows that's not true now. Everybody knows it's a lie. And they're still requiring a vaccine in order to have surgeries, in order to remain employed in some companies. I mean, it's almost like the great delusion spoken of in the book of Revelation, in Thessalonians, about the end times in Revelation, is actually here already. This survey was interesting in that most Americans do not believe in energy healing or vibration medical treatment. They don't buy it. Other good news in the survey, healing crystals. Most Americans do not believe those work. Reiki. Most Americans do not believe Reiki works. If you can imagine that. I was surprised. I thought more people would be in favor of that. But what you've got to understand is that the devil is desensitizing Americans for spiritual things, and he's getting them to accept it, and he's getting them used to it through systematic desensitization, so that when the false prophet arrives on the scene and he is performing his satanic miracles, the planet Earth, including America, will simply fall in line.
The views expressed on this program are those of the host and not necessarily those of staff, management, or ownership. This program was sponsored by Michael W. Smith.